Later, a long wait in the post office queue at lunchtime. We have a special investigation.
But first, the flames lit up the night sky over Norwich. This evening, investigations continue into what started the fire that's left a popular church in ruins.
Yes, hundreds of worshippers at the Mount Zion Family Life Centre in the Heartsease area of the city are devastated by last night's blaze, but have vowed to rebuild the church from the ashes. Well, our reporter, Malcolm Robertson, is on the site now. Malcolm.
Well, Kevin, this has been a very dark day for everyone associated with the Mount Zion Family Life Centre. This is it in the background, very little left of it, just a shell. This was one of the most vibrant churches in the city. It played a huge part in the local community. I think it's fair to say that the type of worship, the type of service here, very different to that you would have seen in a typical traditional Anglican church. And there's a great deal of sadness that all the hard work they've put in tonight, the church is just reduced to rubble. But as you say, there's a determination to carry on, a determination to rebuild, and when they do so, they say it'll be bigger and it'll be better. A symbol of hope amidst the charred remains of the Mount Zion Family Life Centre. The cross was still standing today, just about the only thing that has survived after a massive overnight blaze. Almost 100 firefighters were involved in tackling one of the biggest fires in Norwich for several years, but there was little they could do. For those involved in the church, it's been an emotional day.
This church affects many people's lives, young people, children, beautiful senior citizens we have come here. Many people, this is their second home, they spend a lot of time here.
One of those is Thelma Harper, who this morning laid flowers just yards from what remained of her place of worship. What does this church mean to you?
It means everything. It's part of my life. I don't know what I'm going to do, because it's such a big part of our lives, and it's helped us overcome so many difficulties in our lives. It's not just the church, it's the people that, belong to the church. We feel part of the family.
The fire broke out shortly after 10 o'clock last night. Firefighters were hampered by strong winds, and with the interior of the church almost entirely timber, the blaze spread rapidly. There was little prospect of salvaging anything. Today, fire investigation teams and police officers began searching for clues as to how the fire started. They're keeping an open mind about the cause. This sniffer dog called Browser was brought in from Hertfordshire.
Brigades across the Eastern region have access to Browser. Brigades can use that resource whenever they feel the need to, if there's grounds or suspicion of presence of materials. It's a very quick response. We can get the dog on scene within 2 hours of making the call.
There's been a Mount Zion church in Norwich for 40 years. This one was built 10 years ago. Shortly after it opened, former world heavyweight boxing champion Tony Tucker attended a service there and addressed the congregation about his faith. He was in England preparing for a fight with local boxer Herbie Hyde. Today, other churches have been rallying round with offers of accommodation to worshippers attending Mount Zion.
We have such admiration for Mount Zion as a church in the city. They're one of the finest churches, and with a great congregation, and support the community at a level which is outstanding. And I just really wanted to come to offer my support, really.
This is a huge setback for the Mount Zion church, but tonight they're determined that in adversity they'll grow even stronger.
So offers of help there, Malcolm, but obviously this is going to cause the church major problems in the short term, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, they're determined to rebuild, and undoubtedly they will do so. But of course, in the short term, how do they cope and how do they cater for the 400 people who come here on a Sunday morning for worship, and how do they cope and cater for the 400 people who are here on a Sunday evening? And of course, there are a whole host of other activities as well: preschool, youth groups, senior citizens. They provide meals for senior citizens. A whole range of activities go on here. They're no doubt undoubtedly heartened by all the offers of help they've had from local churches. We heard in that report there, the Salvation Army, they've made their home in Norwich at their disposal, 600 seats there. But certainly, short term, it is going to be a problem for them.
Malcolm, thank you very much indeed.